Get ready for some of the best sports talks and reactions on YouTube here at Mylk TV. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is me, Mylk, here with me, Mylk. Anyway, with Grizz.
Oh,
What was it dancing for? Yeah, me, Mylk. Yeah, me, Mylk. Me, Mylk here.
me Mylk.
Yeah, me, Mylk. It is I, Mylk TV. But yeah, we're going to be previewing the MLB playoffs. Kind of give it a little bit of prediction here. About a week before the trade deadline, we're going to be discussing everything, what we think as of this second. Now, things will change. We were discussing this with the trade deadline, and maybe there's a big trade, and that could change a lot. So we'll go from there. But do we want to save the best for last? Because I know you want to talk about the ALCS, but you want to go to the NLCS?
We can start with the NLCS.
Okay. So, the National League. The toughest right now, in my opinion. I think that you agree. It's very much wide open. There's a lot of teams I could see actually coming out of the National League and getting it done. My prediction for the NLCS, you clocked it when we discussed it, was Braves and Dodgers. So, what did you pick?
What do you think I picked? Yeah, how about that?
I think that you picked the Braves, or you might be hopping on the Philly train. I'm gonna say you picked Dodgers. You know what? I'm gonna say Brewers Dodgers.
Yeah, that was it. That's it right there.
Brewers and Dodgers. I get it.
Yeah, Brewers, Dodgers. I'm sorry. I know you have some little bit of attachment with the Braves, even though you claimed you moved on.
I have. You know what my problem is? I have moved on, but my technology has not. I still get notifications every game, and I'm like, I've turned them off, but they're like, here you go, here's some information, and I'm like, okay. So I do keep up with them, and I mean, I love like Acuna, like Acuna's like a guy I've always loved, but I mean, I still Jazz Chisholm. I love Jazz. You like Jazz? I like Jazz, but. So it's like I'm waiting for the Carolina Reapers to pop up, and then I'll be a Carolina Reaper fan. But until then, kind of a free agent, just watching. And I do think that there's 14. I think Braves, Brewers, Dodgers, and Phillies. I think that is one of those four teams that's going to come out of the National League, and I think whoever it is wins it all. But yeah, I went Dodgers, Braves. I know that's probably a safe, boring pick, but. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I went Brewers, Dodgers, although the one thing you don't really do in this sport is you never really trust any of these central teams because they always manage somehow to fold a lot earlier than you would expect. Like even going into last season, I think the Brewers were the best team in baseball record-wise. And I was like, all right, well, come on, let's get it done. And then they lost to
the Guardian? No.
No, that's the wrong division. No, not draft.
The
They lost to the Dodgers.
Okay.
So it's technically a repeat of the NLCS last year, but
right.
Milwaukee, there was a year that Milwaukee scared me, or like Milwaukee just completely choked in the playoffs, and I was like, what is wrong with you guys? Like you were projected to be, I believe, like the best team in your division, and you messed up.
Yeah.
But and then winning it this year, I still have the same thing that happened last year to happen again. I still think the Dodgers are going to be the team to go to the World Series. And honestly, it would be a sick joke. And I would like for the Brewers to do it again, but or to beat the Dodgers. Are they playing right now? Oh, they are. I clicked on them and I got the live baseball game.
Oh, nice.
Um, but yeah, I would like for the Brewers to save us from Dodger domination, but uh, I just don't think they have the lineup like the Dodgers do. The What the Brewers have that can save them is their pitching. Their pitching is
Mm,
awesome, especially with Jacob Mizorowski. That guy is disgusting.
right.
Um,
And with the Dodgers, what is it? I don't know like how important like Edwin Diaz is injured, right?
yeah, I believe he's so. I believe he is injured, but still, like, do you really need a closer if you're going to be up 4 or 5 runs on a team once you get to
That's fair.
the seventh, eighth inning?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a casual. I didn't know like how important he is for them in general, but no, for sure. I mean, the closer's not. I mean, it's definitely has its importance, but not as much as like you know your main guy. And I, I'm kind of looking at the top trade candidates now to like kind of see like what's going to be the case because like that could change a lot. I mean, Scooball, of course, we've talked about that a lot. Could someone get Scooball? Like
Right.
that could change everything. Like because like if he's playing, I mean that could win you 2 games in a series. You know, like that could change a lot. And if some teams were to like get him, I mean, I don't know where it's gonna go, and that's and just to kind of run it through, I have the Braves and Dodgers and then LCS, and then the ALCS. Oh, we're not doing LCS yet, right? And I do have the Braves winning. I have the Braves beating the Dodgers because I think I want it to happen. And it's not as much me liking the Braves as much as me disliking the Dodgers and what they do. I don't care how many One Piece collaborations that they do, they're not going to convince me to pull for them. Okay? Even if I do want a Dodgers straw hat. So if anybody wants to send me a Dodgers straw hat, let me know. But it is just like it's so frustrating, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see a team, it's like a pay to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't all be as incompetent as the Mets are, pay to lose. But like it's just I don't know. It's just they spend the most, and then look at them, they're the top. It's crazy that you spend the most and you're the top, and then just talk about the Mets. They spend the second most, and they're at the bottom of the league. They're only 3 games above the Rockies. Last I checked, which was like last night. So it's like that's just crazy, just absolute difference there. But I do think that I got the Braves in the NLCS, and I do think whoever comes out of the National League wins. Do you agree with that? Do you think that the National League is leaps and bounds ahead? I know you want the Yankees to win it all. All right. So you're likely to pick, and that's fine. You can pick the Yankees. Yankees are good, and I do think they're probably, and we'll transfer to that. The ALCS. I do think the Yankees are the best team right now. Overall, I think I trust them the most. I know Tampa Bay's a little ahead of them right now. But what do you think? Who is your ALCS?
My ALCS, if I see the bracket correctly, I think it's gonna end up being. Can it even be that way with the way that it is? I think if it can end up the way that I'm thinking it's gonna end up, then I would see Yankees, uh, Rays. I would
Okay.
think Yankees, Rays, ALCS.
And it
And
can end up that way or not?
I'm trying to let me go back to the MLB playoffs last year to see how the bracket panned out.
'Cause that's what I thought about doing it first, and I was like, I don't know if that works.
If so, the Yankees, if they win the division, are 1. If they don't win the division, they're 4. Same thing with the Rays. Okay, so then it can't really be that way. Because I would imagine whoever doesn't win the division between Yankees or Rays gets that 4 spot or that top wild card spot, because there's just no way. In my mind, there's no way that any of these other wild card teams can catch up. Now, that's not to say it can't happen. It could absolutely happen. I am terrified of what Boston did a week ago. Because they were on like a 12 or 13 game win streak, and that is scary. But let me actually get that right. How many games did they win?
And just to kind of speak to that, I do think that there could be a surprise. Like the Red Sox, they really could make it more interesting. I was kind of disappointed with what we've seen in Toronto this year as well. When I look at the rest of the American League, I'm not really impressed with anybody at all. And that's why in my American League, I've got the Yankees and I got the White Sox. I couldn't believe that I was picking the White Sox. I don't feel confident about this, but I do think they could get there. And if they do, it's because of their runs per game. I think they have a really good offensive production. Now, their bullpen could let them down. They're middle of the pack ranked when it comes to their bullpen, and particularly, depth and stuff like that. But I don't know. It could be the Rangers, it could be the Astros. I thought the Astros might be an option too, but I feel like the Yankees are the best out of the American League, and it could be Tampa Bay too. But if there was a way that we could get Tampa versus the Yankees, that would be interesting. But of course, it's not like we're gonna change the formatting of the playoff bracket. I've had conversations about that before.
I could see that, and I also, if I can redo what I said, and also to make it that much more entertaining, in my perfect world, I would like for the Red Sox to lose a couple games and go into the 6th seed of the wild card. So that way, the Red Sox are on the other side of the bracket, and then it becomes the Yankees, Red Sox, ALCS.
Oh my God, could you imagine? I don't think you like that, though. I
don't like it because it always scares me the Yankees playing any team in our division.
Yeah.
But if I'm the MLB...
Yeah, peak, bro. That
series right there... Screw whatever's happening with the Dodgers and Milwaukee or whoever. I'm zeroing in on the Yankees, Red Sox, ALCS. I'm like, this is what we're selling.
Can you imagine if they get Yankees, Red Sox in the American and they get Braves, Dodgers in the National? They are going to have to get their pants cleaned out. Like, they are going to be so happy. That is an insane, big market ball is what that is. That would be insane. That's like record-breaking numbers of viewership, I think. Is that is insane. Like, all of those, particularly, Red Sox, Yankees is going to be much larger than the Dodgers and the Braves. But that's peak. It's absolutely peak, and I'm here for it. I'm good with it. I don't have much bias there, and I like it.
So, and also to correct what I said earlier, which honestly is even worse, the Red Sox were on a 15-game win streak.
That's insane. And we're a couple months away from the playoffs, so it's roughly, it's going to make it you want to have that kind of run in the next month or two. You want to have something like that. You hope that it's if you're a Red Sox fan, you don't want to peak now. You hope that after that trade deadline, that's going to be the final stretch. It's going to be a sprint, and we talked about it before. I'm not a fan of the playoff format of baseball in particular. I think they should go to 8 teams, and then we talked about this. I like the 8 teams, the top 3 division winners, so that the divisions matter. You have the top 3 division winners like their spot, and then the fourth be a wild card number, like top seed. So like if it like looking at the way the playoffs are right now, it would be Rays number one, White Sox 2, Rangers 4. Right, that's how I would have that, and then I would give the best of the rest would be the 4 seed, and I would have that the Yankees. So that would be my top 4 seeds, and then my next bottom 4 would be let's see, the Red Sox. How would that work? Let me look at the American. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, it would be Yankees Red Sox. My format, I think, would give Yankees Red Sox anyway. But yeah, like either way, like I think that would be interesting. Yankees versus Red Sox would be my matchup.
First round, yeah, I see that.
And then it would be
You would have Tampa playing Houston, Minnesota going against Chicago, and Texas playing Cleveland.
yeah.
Which now
Twins would mess up.
Yeah, which now vice versa, you have Cubs, Diamondbacks, Braves, Phillies first round,
Oh my lord.
Brewers, Padres, and you have the Pittsburgh Pirates making it.
Hey,
The Pirates make it with Paul Skeens, and their reward for making it to the playoffs is to get blown up by the Dodgers.
make good baseball. No, but that would be absolutely crazy. Oh my lord. I'm for it.
You know, I don't hate baseball expanding. People would be, people obviously have their problems of like, oh, baseball takes too long or whatever. Like the season's already all year and whatnot and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And while that is true, and adding all these teams would make that the season could drag on into like late November
Mm-hmm.
or like mid-November, I would argue then just have 2 games, and that's gonna sound like it sucks or whatever, but I would have 2 games running at the same time, just for the fact of like the first round. I'm not gonna lie, even just the regular sport, like fans of the sport, don't. I don't want to say they don't care that much about first round in other sports, but like you'll tune in and you'll be like, oh, what's going on? Okay, this team's winning. All right, cool.
Right.
And only the real fans will be the ones that are like locked in on those first round matchups. So you'll still get numbers on people viewing the games.
Oh, for sure.
But like, I would run it like that to where 2 games are going on, so that way like you don't drag on into other sports, like you're all of a sudden not intervening with like mid-season football, basketball, hockey. But you're adding more teams and you're getting games done throughout the day. Like you also have, say, 2 games start at say a 2 or 3 o'clock or a 1 o'clock start.
Right.
Game runs for say 3 hours. Then you have another 2 games start at 4 o'clock. And then you have those run for 3 hours. You have your primetime games start at 7. And then you run those 2 games. And then you have your West Coast primetime games and whatnot
10.
run for,
Yeah.
start like.
I mean, do like hockey. I mean, I think that they do a decent job with the scheduling. Overall, because I mean, and I like the idea of best of sevens all the way through. I like that because I think that makes it more balanced.
I like that too, but I also do think that would make the baseball season feel endless.
Yeah, I get that. We could. I don't know. Maybe we take off 30 games. I don't know. We'll have to figure out formatting and stuff like that. But yeah, my World Series, Braves and the Yankees. You clocked it, but what you got?
A rematch of 2024 between the New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers. Baseball's two biggest markets and two biggest spenders. So let's ignore the other New York team for a moment. Yeah. They don't. They're spenders, but
they're pretender spenders. They're way too much money for guys that ain't really that great.
They're spending a lot of money on one guy instead of money in different places.
Yeah.
But yep, I have Yankees Dodgers, and we all know where this is going. Let's go Yankees. Where's my?
If that happens, I would rather see the Yankees win.
I have anything Yankees to really show here, but you know, I would hope and pray that the Yankees get it done. Aaron Judge gets out of. I mean, we're talking about the fraud word in our football episode with Josh Allen.
Right.
Aaron Judge is in that same conversation as Josh Allen is right now with that. Like, come on, buddy, just get it done. Like, you've had enough time. You know, I'm honestly a little jealous of the Dodgers, not for the fact of them being so good, but of the fact of I just want a team where I'm hated by everyone else. And that is a weird thing to say. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I like that other, like, you know, it's cool to be like, if I'm a fan of say the Bulls, and I talk to someone about the Bulls, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I like the Bulls, they're a pretty cool team or whatever, blah blah blah. I don't want that with baseball. I want people to think of the Yankees and either be like, oh, I love the Yankees, I'm a Yankees fan, or oh, I hate you.
Right.
I hate you and everything that you stand for, because what we stand for is winning.
Right.
And the Dodgers have kind of taken that mantle away from us, and it needs to be given back. It needs to be given back to its rightful owner, the evil empire of the 90s, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to give you a date. May 22nd, 2026. I got a message that morning from you, for which you said, in reference to the Carolina Hurricanes, you may be the New York Yankees of hockey. And you were going to hope that that statement is truer now than ever, that this is the year that the Yankees get it done. Because when you, because I was like, this was immediately after the loss to Montreal, if I'm not mistaken, after game one, and you were like, you may just be you just can't get over the hump. And then you know what happened after that. So more than anything, you are hoping that statement is true, because if that's the case, then the Yankees are going to win this year, and you are going to get to see it, and you're going to be happy. We're gonna have a happy Grizz in here. But that would be absolute insane. But I was like, I gotta scroll, I gotta find that exact date, because I was like, I gotta bring that up. But yeah, I have Braves and Yankees. I do have the Braves winning in 7, but I'm fine with the Yankees winning. I am partial. I like I said, if it happens, I will pull for the Yankees. How's that sound? Does that make you feel better? And to show that I'm not not a Braves loyalist, I will pull for the Yankees over the Braves in the World Series if it happens. We will be a pro Yankees broadcast, all right? Because we will both be live for that. Because I know if there's anything you want to, well, at least show up and either after if you're watching it with whoever. But we will talk about it. We will watch it, and it'll be a good time. We'll definitely be live for the MLB playoffs. Probably more. I need to learn more about the MLB. I'll be honest. Between all the different sports, this is the one I know the least amount. But I'm paying attention to it. I'm paying attention to it now more than ever. So, but yeah, go Yankees. Start spreading the news. Man, if they get 2 championships in 1 year in New York City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be something.
This is their last chance because I'm sorry, it ain't happening with the Jets, the Giants, but like it, and it definitely happened with Buffalo. No, it's good, but like the Bills. No, it's good. But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. I think it's gonna be fun, and then of course we're gonna have to look back at this in a week. When is the trade deadline?
A week from now, the MLB trade deadline. August 3rd, Monday, August 3rd. So next Monday, we'll see.
Monday,
I have a couple names that, as a Yankee fan, I want the Yankees to go out there and get, but that's obviously dependent on some other teams. Mainly, Minnesota said they're going for it.
Well, that'll be interesting. There's some of the top names it's showing, like Skubal, 60% chance he's going to be traded. Byron Buxton at 10%. Joe Ryan, 35%. Mason Miller, 40%.
Do you want my dream trade target for the Yankees to get? One player for the Yankees to get right now?
Yeah, who are you thinking?
And this would be crazy. This would be nuts, right? You're going to say this is nuts, right? The Yankees right now have three outfielders hurt. They have Aaron Judge hurt. They just lost Cody Bellinger.
I think I know where you're going.
They also just hurt Giancarlo Stanton. So the Yankees need another outfielder. And while I love Trent Grisham and everything that he's done,
right?
I think Trent Grisham could get used as a trade piece to go bolster the bullpen or whatever.
Right.
Which leaves us with a gap in center field, which a certain Los Angeles Angels have a old center fielder still performs quite well.
Right.
I think if the Yankees traded and got Mike Trout,
oh
boy.
I mean, how old is he now? Like,
let's see. Mike Trout is he's 34. So he's same age as Aaron Judge.
Yeah. That's wow. Okay. You know, I can't lie, that like hearing that too, it's what it makes me like when Clayton Kershaw pitched last year. It's just like oh my God, you're still in, like you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're still living. No, not to that extent, but it's like these are players that like you don't think about like that, but I don't know. Well, the Angels want to do it though.
I don't see why not. Like you're 42 and 66. You've gotten a whole total of nothing done for this man. The one service you could do for him is trading him away to someone who's competing. And I'm not necessarily I keep saying, or I said the Yankees because of the whole outfield situation that's unfolded right now. And if the Yankees get a whole healthy outfield, then that would be a Bellinger, Trout, Judge, left, center, right, which is like that's like how many? Judge has 2 MVPs, I believe now, right? Mike Trout has however many MVPs that he's won, and
right?
I believe has like 1 or 2. Like you have a
so Trout's got 3. Yeah, so
you'd have an outfield that is just like star-studded, and then I would go for like anything else infield wise. Like, I know we need a shortstop replacement bad. Third base, I can honestly live with Ryan McMahon because he's not that bad.
Right.
Second base, we have Jazz Chisholm, which is like he's on off, but I mean he'll give you some good moments.
Yeah.
And first base, we have Ben Rice, which is like he just won an All-Star this year.
Mm.
So, and catching's the only other hole. I was looking for the catcher from Minnesota, but like I said, they apparently are trying to go for it. So we'll have to look elsewhere, maybe Colorado. But I don't know. Like I said, my dream pick for the Yankees out center or trade wise, getting Mike Trout would be nuts.
Yeah, that's like stuff you do on like MLB The Show. You just like let me get the best players on my team, put them out there, like multiple MVPs in your outfield. That's I don't know. You heard it here first. If it happens, no, that would be great. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think things could change. Things could change because I mean, if Scooball goes somewhere, that might influence me to pick that team. And then if Mike Trout goes to the Yankees, maybe I'm all in on the Yankees. Gonna place my future children's future on the Yankees win the World Series this year. Might just have to do it. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, there's your 2026-2027 MLB pre-trade deadline playoffs prediction. We'll probably come back and revisit this here, and then once we get to the playoffs, we'll do our prediction of how the playoffs will go. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Let us know in the comment section who is going to be the champions. And don't be boring. Don't put the Dodgers. Maybe you think that Houston Astros are going to get it done. I know that you don't like that either. Maybe the Phillies on an insane run. Maybe we get a Phillies Red Sox World Series. I don't know. Let us know in the comment section. Leave a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And we will be back in the next one. We'll see you guys. Have a good day. Peace.